So very glad to be here. My name is Joseph Sejean and I'm in charge of business development for Air Liquide Canada. Air Liquide is a world leader in gases, technologies and services for both health and industry markets. The company was founded in 1902 and has been present in Canada for more than 110 years. Today we have 1,600 employees in Canada. Air Liquide has been part of the hydrogen journey for more than 60 years now, and that's along the whole value chain, from production to distribution and then use application. And Air Liquide is a provider of solutions and technologies for decarbonization for both industry and mobility. Air Liquide's priorities regarding hydrogen are aligned with energy transition and decarbonization. And this is not just for the company, but throughout society as a whole. To give a few examples, Air Liquide has invested $6 billion up to now in different investments along the value chain for filling stations, production, and decarbonization. Air Liquide commits to invest $10 billion by 2035. We would like to invest a big portion of that obviously here in Canada, and we have to make sure that the right policies and frameworks are in place. In terms of business, the intention is to grow the business from $2 to $6 billion, threefold by 2035. An example of this is right here where we are in Bécancour, Quebec. Here we've installed a 20 megawatt proton exchange membrane electrolysis unit. This unit was started up in 2021. Thanks to its production using renewable electricity, we avoid the emissions of 27,000 tons of CO2 a year, the equivalent of 10,000 cars. So this is just an example how Air Liquide invests in contributing to the decarbonization using hydrogen. After 60 years of operating in the hydrogen field, Air Liquide has developed quite an extensive experience. And that expertise is throughout the value chain, from production, whether it's regarding the technologies, the equipment, the processes, to distribution, and obviously at the end use with the customer's application. We're recognized as a world leader in operations, and here in Canada, we operate different technologies such as steam methane reforming or electrolysis using renewable electricity. And Air Liquide is also involved in different kinds of studies regarding electrolysis or carbon capture. It could also be for some safety studies and also for development of new materials. For example, Air Liquide is working on the development of a new membrane for treating biogas to find another form of renewable hydrogen. There are many ways to collaborate with Air Liquide regarding hydrogen. Obviously, Air Liquide sells hydrogen, but Air Liquide is also involved in the development along the value chain, as we said. And we see this both in terms of industry and in terms of mobility. In terms of mobility, we have a nice example of a partnership with Total in Europe for the construction of 100 heavy-duty fueling stations. This is really going to be a kickstart for this. And then we see also similar projects developing in industry. Heavy industries, we see a lot of this for steel. So I think there's many different ways to collaborate with Air Liquide, and we're open to discussing this. So what should the public know about the hydrogen sector? First, I'm very happy to see how much the public does know today about the hydrogen sector. This sector has developed a lot in the last few years, and it's great, and we have to build on that momentum to keep developing the hydrogen industry. A few points to remember about hydrogen itself and why it's so important. I think first is hydrogen's versatility. Many people refer to hydrogen as the Swiss Army knife of energy solutions. Whether as a fueling source or as energy storage, hydrogen is key to decarbonization. Second, I think it's the role Canada could take in this. Today, Canada is among the top 10 producers of hydrogen, and with our abundant resources and renewable energy, that could easily move to the top 5. Third is what this means for Canadian businesses. There's huge opportunities. It could mean 350,000 jobs, and it could mean $50 billion of revenue by 2050. Fourth, it's what we see here. It's here in Bécancour, our proton exchange membrane using renewable electricity. We need to see more of these, and we need to see these develop. Fifth, its hydrogen is a key to unlocking heavy-duty industries. We see this for mining, we see this for the steel industry, it could be for cement, and I think hydrogen presents a particular opportunity to be able to do that. And finally, I think what's important to know is hydrogen isn't going to be the only solution to the energy transition, but it's going to be part of the equation. We need to build up the infrastructure, and we need to remember that even though hydrogen is the smallest and lightest molecule, it has a big role to play for the energy transition.